Hello, welcome to another edition of Living World of Darkness, Werewolf Venue, where tonight we find Nico and his, still a gray area friend, Emmett, coming over. Vale is on stakeout, and it's a little bit earlier in the evening, and he invited Emmett to come over for a drink and conversation. So he sent Emmett the text. So it is where our scene starts with Emmett arriving at the Macasse household.
Figure Nico's gonna hear 3 knocks on the door.
He'll kind of stop, look up, and go, well, at least he didn't. And he'll kind of go to the door, open it up. He is wearing an apron. And other things. He didn't answer the door, just an apron.
Oh, no.
He's wearing jeans, a pair of socks, and a long sleeve, like, white shirt. And an apron.
Hear that, everyone? He's got 2 layers.
2 layers. Between him and Emmett.
Oh, no.
So he'll kind of open the door wider and say, Emmett, please, come in.
And it's just gonna mosey on in. How you doing, Nico?
It's been an interesting day.
Yeah, I'd have to agree with you.
What went on in yours? He'll lead him back to the kitchen.
Drunk Shadow Lord.
You what?
I found a drunk Shadow Lord Philodox in a bush.
You found a drunk Shadow Lord Philodox in a bush.
Yep.
Is this code for something?
No, I literally found a Shadow Lord Philodox in a bush. Who was drunk.
He'll invite him to sit at the kitchen table. He'll kind of pour him a glass of wine. He already had one going himself. He'll say, that sounds interesting. And Emmett will notice that he puts down a plate with pita on it, with about 5 slices of pita. And he puts down tomato and like a chopped cucumber onion relish. And the tomatoes are chopped up. And he puts down some olives, and he puts down a bowl of tzatziki sauce. And he'll walk back over to the counter, where Emmett notices he has a small indoor charcoal grill going. And the smell that hits Emmett's nose is so good. So good. He'll kind of mess around with it, and he'll say, do you eat pork? I should have asked.
Well, I haven't eaten pork since I became vegan. I've been kind of easing my way back into meat, you know?
Good, because this isn't pork, it's chicken. It's chicken.
Nice.
It's souvlaki.
Okay. And
Do you know what souvlaki is?
All right, I was going to pretend here and act like I knew what that meant, but yeah, no, I don't know what that is.
It's like, he'll kind of bite his lip and think. He'll say, like kebab?
Okay.
Shish kebab. They're almost done. I'll be ready in a moment. I've been marinating them for about 3 hours.
Oh, looking forward to it.
He'll come over and he'll put down this, it'll be on my thing for a second so everyone can see. He puts down this in front of Emmett.
Oh, God.
Complete with the cilantro dusting and everything. The parsley dusting. And, but he made more than that. He made about 10 of them.
Mm-hmm.
And he'll sit down and refill his wine glass. And he'll say, please, please eat.
Now, Emmett looks down real quick. He's not entirely sure how to eat it. He's just going to go into it like he's eating a taco and hope for the best.
You probably want to remove the stick from inside of it first. Emmett notices him pulling the stick out and letting the meat fall into the pita.
Right. So he pulls the stick out first.
I mean, you can try to eat it with the stick, but...
Nah, that would require Glabro.
I think the nuance in the flavor is going to get lost if you shift forms.
Oh, say again?
I think the nuances in the flavor are going to get lost if you shift forms.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So he just he just takes one bite first. Oh God, his eyes light up.
But yes, usually you eat it like a gyro. You're doing it right.
Okay.
Although sometimes people just eat the meat by itself. I know that's how the halal cards do it. But most of them are Arabs.
How was I ever able to live without meat?
I wouldn't do it, but I'm Greek. I don't think there is such a thing as a Greek vegan. You can choose one or the other. You can be Greek, or you can be vegan. Not both. It's like finding a rich Greek. That's rude, I shouldn't say that. Only because our economy's in the toilet. Are you familiar with it?
I remember just seeing some news stories about the situation in Greece, but you know, the American media, they kind of stopped covering stuff after the first 2 weeks.
Have you ever heard of Lucanos?
Don't think so.
Lucanos, the riot dog. He's a little yellow dog, and he shows up to all the riots in Athens. And he always seems to take up the rebel side. And he'll do things like pick up tear gas canisters and run them back over to the cops, or he'll attack the police, but he's always fighting on the side of the rebels. He's a little yellow dog named Lucanos. And no one knows who he belongs to. He doesn't apparently belong to anyone.
Maybe the dog's just fighting a good fight.
I think so. During the riots, that's what he does. He runs around and sorry, I was looking something up. He runs around and well, he ran around. Let me rephrase that. The dog is dead. I'm sorry.
Oh, okay.
He died last year. He died last year in October.
Well, there we go.
During the height of the Eurozone crisis, he ran around and he just fought on the rebel side against the riot police. I don't even know why I brought it up. It was just interesting, I guess.
Fun facts are always interesting.
Yes, if anyone ever attacked him, or if the police tried to hurt him, no. Very, very bad. Originally he was called Theodore, and then they named him Lucanus, which means little sausage. I don't know why they went from naming the dog Theodore to little sausage. So.
Huh?
Are you okay, Emmett?
Shadow Lord Philodoxus can be a bit. They require a certain kind of tact.
I can agree to that, yes. Oh, was it, Leopold?
Yeah.
I met him the other night, remember?
Yeah, I do. Sorry about that. Yeah, really cool guy, but he takes his philodoxing quite seriously.
Is that such a bad thing?
No, not at all. I think he's just trying to do the best he can for the Sept. I can't blame him for that.
You sound as though you need to unburden yourself.
There's not much of a burden to hold on to, really.
You're just much quieter than you've normally been.
Just been thinking. A few things have been changing lately. Well, not too big changes, but I've just learned spirit speech. So,
Oh, that's wonderful. What was the first spirit you spoke to?
the water spirit and the fountain over at the Sept. She's a very nice lady. Or spirit. Not quite sure. But anyway, since I'm one of the few glasswalkers here, it's kind of up to me to fix our relationship with the Weaver spirits. Well, it's up to our theurge, but
I can see how it's up to the Galliards or the Sept as well.
yeah.
I do often consider them to be the diplomats of a Sept. They are the ones gifted most in the arts of speaking. So it makes sense, wouldn't it?
Yeah. I just kind of wanted it so that way I didn't, die in the Umbra because I didn't understand what his spirit was telling me.
Hold up, your brother's terrible. Yo, let's just say he's yawning this much. I'm sorry.
Yeah, no, let's just say that like we're both Nico and Emmett are very tired.
Yeah, he looks like he is beat. I say, I'm sorry I'm yawning so much. I took my medicine earlier, and it's knocked me out. I had a panic attack.
Oh, sorry about that.
This one was bad. I was concerned and worried I might have to call an ambulance. Like my heart was going to jump out of my chest.
Um, if something like that ever happens, what should be what's a good way to help you?
I don't know, to be honest. So far, I've seen taking my medicine, giving it time to kick in, taking a shower, and I'm waiting for the medicine to work. Um, Taking a walk. A little bit of gardening helps sometimes if I'm just anxious. But if I begin to have a true panic attack, sometimes it just has to pass. Sometimes that's all it takes is it passing. It takes a couple of hours, but I haven't really found anything else that really helps it other than taking my medicine or having a trained doctor calm me down.
If you run into a situation like that again, maybe I don't know. I mean, you got your family, got Bale, um, Mara, Callie, and all them. You can hit up me too. I'm not sure how much help I can be, but yeah.
I understand. He'll kind of actually reach across the table and take his hand. Um, I wanted to talk to you about something.
Shoot.
Um, well, I was thinking about us earlier. Um, although there's not really an us, so to speak of. And I know that by the actions of my son and my niece, you're probably expecting me to propose right now. Alas, that's not my intention. Sorry to disappoint you.
Nah, it's okay. I would have been terrified if you did.
Yeah, I would have been too terrified to do it. But I was wondering if you consider the possibility of uh, our of this deepening.
Hmm. I mean, I have thought about it.
Oh, you have?
Yeah, yeah. I mean, we have a very unique chemistry, you know. Uh,
We do.
I mean, I wouldn't mind uh, keeping this going for a little bit. Us becoming us.
He blushes. Us. Interesting. The question is, would we be open in our affections, or would it be in our relationship, or would it be something that we kept private between you and I?
That would be up to you, really.
Well,
If you
I'm
want to be,
concerned about your opinion on it.
if you if you're thinking I'm worried about what other people in the sept are gonna think, I really don't give two shits. I've already got one red talon that wants to kill me, so
I'm worried. The only thing I'm concerned about is our we're living in an age where being uh, with your own sex is much more acceptable. But I'm from a time and a country where that was no, no. But I've never as I said, this is the first relationship I've been in where it was by choice. So my sexuality is not something that I'm terribly familiar with. My sexuality for a very long time was chosen for me, and I didn't have a choice as to whether I was straight or bisexual or homosexual or whatever. You know,
mhm.
I don't necessarily feel a certain way. I don't feel straight or bisexual or homosexual. I feel a connection and an attraction to you in all ways. I feel attracted to you sexually. I feel attracted to you mentally. I'm emotionally attracted to you. I like spending time around you and getting to know you better. There are many things about you that I find enchanting. But if someone were to ask me if I were gay or if I were straight, if they all said, for instance, "Well, Daddy, you're gay now," I don't know how I would respond because I don't know how to, you know. And it's something that I find oddly concerning. I don't know what to say or to classify it as. To me, it's just I care for Emmett. I'm with Emmett. We are a couple. Whatever that makes me, whatever you wish to label it, go ahead. You know, I'm Emmett sexual, I guess.
Oh, I like the ring of that, but either way, um, there's a lot of people that don't really identify with any sexual orientation. They're,
I think that's what I would fall under. I
yeah.
don't really
If
I
they ever ask
feel,
you, just say I'm whatever the fuck I want to be.
but I would um I'd like to date you a little more openly and formally. Although I appreciate what we had so far. We've gone on a few dates in and out. We've already physically been together. And although I don't know where this will take us, um, I'm I'm really liking where it's going. You know what I mean?
Yeah, Same.
And that's what I wanted to do. Have you ever played that game, The Sims 3?
Played a little bit of it. A little bit.
Click, propose, go steady. That is honest to God how he asks. Click, propose, go steady. That's the best way I can think to describe right now. I'd like to date you more formally, and I'd like to be your boyfriend.
Beautiful.
Just beautiful.
So, some tomorrow night then?
Are you leaving now?
No. Well, this could be a first date. Do you want to classify this as a date?
I think our first date was a first date.
Well, you know what I mean.
Well, do you want to stay in or do you want to go out?
Oh, you work so hard cooking this food. Let's stay in tonight.
It's true. We'll go out tomorrow night. We could take in a show or go see something or do something, go somewhere. Are you going to tell my son?
Would you tell him at this moment?
I'd tell him. Or was that you asking me to tell him?
No. I think we should both be there together and we should sit him down and let him know.
I think that's a wise idea. But I think I'd tell him. I don't think he wouldn't not be able to handle it.
We'll see.
Not tonight, obviously. Tonight I plan on eating this fantastic plate of food and then curling up with you on the couch and catching a few episodes of something. Have you seen Orange is the New Black?
I actually still need to watch that show. I still need to watch
curl up and watch some Orange is the New Black now, aren't we?
it. Yeah, that's what it sounded like.
He'll kind of lean over and nuzzle him, and he'll say, "Are we really doing this?"
That's what it looks like.
I am 50 years old, and I don't think I've ever been this terrified / excited in that entire time.
Well, hey, this is new territory for me too. So
Yeah, I know. Yeah, it definitely is. Wow. I made dessert too.
oh,
Baklava.
okay.
He'll give Emmett a soft kiss, a very sweet, tender kiss, without much hunger or lust, but with passion. And Emmett can tell that he definitely cares for him already. And he will bring him a nice. He'll bring him a nice piece of honey-soaked phyllo baklava. And then, indeed, he will curl up with him on the couch and flip on some gorgeous, fantastic, amazing Orange is the New Black. And with that, we will end our scene. Thank you, everybody, for watching. Thank you, players, for playing. Until the next time, I hope you enjoyed. A little bit of a slower Bacchus romance. One that doesn't have marriage already on the table. Bye.